The day of reckoning is finally upon us! Hello there, besties, babes, and non-binary faves. My name is TVC, and welcome to my corner of insanity. In today's YouTube video, we will be discussing Vivian Madrano, Vivziepop, coming back with the clapback of the century with the fire. She tapped into that Hispanic fury and just came at all her critics, her haters, her people who just cannot apply 10 why am I even giving them 10 brain cells? 2 they cannot apply 2. And also, fun fact, I just had to look up Vivian's ancestry, and then I had to check, okay, the difference between Hispanic and Latino. I learned a lot today, so I'm happy about that. But back to Vivian. So she made these long ass Twitter posts. So sit back, relax. We're gonna have to do some reading. I know you guys don't like that. That's what I'm for. I'm here as the resident Twitter expert to help it be digestible for you, because I know a lot of y'all really don't like this website, don't even have it installed. I was about to say, oh, my Twitter numbers are down from, I think I was like 17 hours last week or something. Well, I'm down to 10 hours and 54 minutes, so I guess that's good. Still doesn't hold a candle to the amount of time I spend on YouTube, but we're gonna jump right into it. Her first tweet, just out of nowhere, well, let me not say nowhere, but just out of the blue, Vivian starts, you know, I kind of feel like it's time to make an open and honest thread about Millie, because I love her and I feel like people don't understand her the way I do. Understandable. So let's go, bestie. I'm here. I'm listening. Class is in session. When I first started #Helluva Boss's first season, I really didn't know what the future was for the show. I had some core episode ideas that existed in the Bible. I pitched Brandon, and they all became episodes. Lululand, Truth Seekers, Harvest Moon. So those are the core episodes of the show and the backbone. And I like the fact that she kind of like pitched it to Brandon. Like, Brandon is like the executive producer, or she went to somebody who maybe is more knowledgeable in this type of sphere, like a gay man in comedy. I like that. I don't know why. I really like that. In the next tweet, she said, after the pilot, when we really sat down to figure out where things would go, it was a very Blitz-focused show, as he is the main character, with Moxie offering the most playoff of him, and Stolas as well, because his direction changed and he's important to IMP and Blitz's story. Now, we also kind of got a hint of this after the pilot, because the pilot just showed Stolas as just a one-off kind of joke character, and then the show came and Stolas got an entire episode by the second episode of the season. So Stolas grew in importance. We knew that Moxie and Millie were supposed to be like just the supporting main characters, but I guess Moxie got bumped up to main character, and so did Stolas, and then kind of Millie got left behind as the supporting main character. Then she said, in a traditional small ensemble animated show, I feel like it'd be wise to establish each major character in the first season in an episode all their own. But with Helluva, I had no idea how far realistically the show would go, so we went a much more Blitz story building approach. Again, very understandable. Season 1 was Blitz's show. Season 2 is where things kind of branch out. Like the first 2 episodes of season 2 have barely anything to do. Well, Blitz, yeah, but more Stolas. And then episode 3 had Moxie. So they are building out the other cast more. And I know people will say, well, why weren't these episodes in season 1? Number one, this is Viv's first time making a show. We can say has been, but has been acquired by a studio, and she'd have more professional help in that regard. But this one is still homegrown. She's still learning. And if we go through the catalog of like popular, what do you call them, cartoon creators, I'm pretty sure if you go and find their first show, it's not going to be a walk in the park. And even then, people like Rebecca Sugar have worked on other shows like Adventure Time, and people like Pendleton Ward, I think that's his name, have worked on other shows. The creator of My Little Pony, I can't remember her name right now, she also worked on other shows. Same thing with Gendry Tartakovsky, same thing with Dana Terrace. All these creators have worked on other shows, so they know what they're doing, but Vivziepop hasn't. She's a YouTube meme animator that became a cartoon YouTuber, cartoon creator. My god, the jump, the career path, oh my god, goals. So she didn't really have like a mentor or worked on another show to know what to do. She's kind of flying in blind. I guess that's why she went to Brandon. And again, they didn't know how far they could go with this harebrained scheme of making a fully funded animated production on YouTube. So they had to put all their chips in one basket with one character. And now that they have their feet are wet, they have a bit more standing, they know the limitations that they have. I guess it's the right word to use. I'm confusing myself at this point. The next tweet. My mindset when writing has always been to try to put as much character development into all episodes where certain characters aren't the main focus, but they play a role. So we do a lot of that for the other main cast. Now, when it comes to Millie, the one take I've seen that is objectively not true is that we don't think about her and we aren't planning on doing more with her as the biggest / sole focus later on. We absolutely are. She gets her episodes this season, but we are literally on 3. Now, this is where I'm gonna have to pump the brakes and just have to give a smidge of criticism to Viv. I know, my heart hurts as well, but hear me out. The fans wouldn't know that, oh, she'll get an episode, even though it's just the 3rd episode of the season. We're going off of a pattern of all the episodes combined at this point. We don't know, so we can't say, oh, it's just episode 3, wait and see. We've waited like a season and we're in a new season, so we just assumed. But then again, I get it, you created the show, you know better. But as fans, as people who really like Millie, I don't blame them for this particular point. I blame them for everything else. Later, next, she says, I think my personal issue with how she is characterized is that her only personality is being Moxie's wife. I disagree, but I do get it. Now, writing 2 married leads who are a newlywed couple, there is a lot of focus on their dynamic together, and Moxie has had more plots outside of that. I don't agree that Moxie is only the wife. She's the powerhouse of the IMP. She is kind of the ray of sunshine. She's the sassy one, and yeah, wife, but you could say that too for Moxie as well, husband. He does have more plot going for him, but they are husband and wife. That's kind of like a fact. So when people bring that up as criticism, I just roll my eyes. Millies are coming, but I do feel like some ignore the character we are giving her in episodes where she isn't the sole focus. She is resourceful, she has strong family ties and memories, she has a past of violence, she has sibling rivalry, she's excitable and hyper-focused. Her personality traits are on display, but they tend to be upbeat, which I think some perceive as lack of depth, which to me is really unfair to life. Blitz, Moxie, and Luna come from pain and trauma, but it doesn't take away that Millie doesn't. I love this. I love this so freaking much. It's like, yeah, if you pay attention, she does have a role, but it's just not the role you want. And people always focus on the negative rather than the positive. So of course they will see, oh, Blitz, Moxie, Millie, Luna having this pain, tragic past, and they will remember them all. But Millie is just chilling. She's happy. She doesn't have to be depressed to be memorable. She doesn't have to have this uber sad backstory. I feel kind of like it's the Justice League or the core main 3 or whatever. Superman, his home planet blew up. Batman, his parents blew up, and Wonder Woman, she just left her home. That doesn't stop Wonder Woman from being badass. Well, now I think there's a trend of men having tragic backstories and women just like, we vibing, bro. But I guess Supergirl has the same backstory as Superman, but you don't have to have this uber tragic, my world got turned upside down to be an interesting character. You can just be. Millie has some fun things coming, but I feel what some want or expect is for her to have this tragic / dramatic story like the others, and I just don't think a character needs that angst to be compelling. I adore writing drama, it's my forte, and that's why Millie is a challenge. Yes, can we just have normal, happy characters? Enough with the doom and gloom and depressed. This isn't the 2000s anymore. Come on, we're in the 2020s. Drama can come in so many forms, and I do think what we explore with Millie will count, but personally I do feel like some boil her down to broad strokes, or assume we just don't care to make her more than just Moxie's wife. But I do understand it is a big part of her in the show. Moxie is motivated by his relationship as well, but we found more storylines that influenced Blitz and the overall narrative with him, so he got the development more first. That's just facts. I do truly want to reach those Millie episodes, and we will. I can't wait. I think, though, what I do hope is that people can respect that Millie does already have a lot going on about her. Even with Moxie being a heavy factor, we love her a lot. But I get wanting more. She deserves it. She truly does. This is more just a come clean point to add, but it's relevant. And this is when I almost fell out of my chair. Just for reference for the jury, I will play a clip from my live stream that I streamed on the 11th of March. This tweet came out on the 12th of March, and in that stream I said characters at the forefront. So I feel like Has-Been Hotel with Charlie and Vaggie is gonna have a lot of that female feel-good stuff, with like Angel Dust and Alistair being the supporting characters, which are male, and then Helluva Boss is more male-centric, where it's allowing men to cry. Like we saw Moxie cry a lot during this episode. Men can have relationships with men, whether it be positive, negative, or any flavor in between, and we see that with Blitz. So I feel like Helluva Boss is the more male-centric show with things happening to their male characters, and Has-Been Hotel is their more female-centric show with things happening to their female characters. But I don't mind. And now back to this. What does Vivian say? Has-Been and Helluva are two sides of a coin in the Helluverse. They take up similar brain space for me, but I know they should be treated more separate, as they are also structured very differently. Has-Been has always had a heavier emphasis on women-led stories, so Helluva has steered more towards male-led stories. I am clairvoyant. I swear to God. How many wins is that? I think I'm on like 13 accurate predictions, and they have been back to back to back. Can we just play all the correct theories I've had? Like, I never miss an opportunity to rub this in your face. I was right. Oh my God, subscribe to the channel because you are living in the presence of somebody who can truly predict the future. I called this, I didn't even try. I'd accuse Vivian of copying me, but I know with 100%, 110% certainty that this woman does not know about my existence. She doesn't know I exist. Thomas Ostrix, on the other hand, I know you know I exist, Hawk Daddy, but Vivian, no, there's no chance. So I predicted this. This is a win for me. Oh God, where did I stop? More towards male-led stories. Doesn't mean I don't love my ladies in Helluva, but it's a thing too. But even with that said, there's so much more to come if we get to finish this series. I know this got huge, but I just feel like it was a good time to finally speak about Millie. She's grown on me so much because I don't usually gravitate to characters without buckets of angst, but that's what makes her special to me. Excited for you to know more about her. Yes, just yes. I know some people will think this is unnecessary, or oh, why are you dick riding so hard? Leave me alone. I can ride the non-existent dick of whoever I want. But I do feel like it's gotten out of hand. I have seen so many takes on Twitter, YouTube, especially from like friends of mine who just go really hard on Vivian about Millie, and I always just felt it wasn't fair in any regard, because at the end of the day, it is her show to uplift or downlift whoever she wants. I don't even think downlift is a thing. Downshift? No, that's for cars. Anyway, it's her show. She can do what she wants, but I do feel like Millie is good for what she is. And when it comes to shows with large cast of characters, we do want every character to shine, but it's just not possible. Think of Encanto, where there is so many wonderful characters. Encanto was like trending for so long because fans had just a wealth of characters to pick and play with, but the show itself couldn't focus on everyone. Like, some people wanted Luisa to get more screen time, some people want Camilo, some people wanted oh God, I forgot her name. She was actually in my top 10 hottest characters of 2022 list. I can't believe I forgot her name. This one, I can't remember her name. Is actually driving me insane. So many different characters, and they couldn't focus on all of them. And I guess it's kind of the same thing with Helluva Boss, but you could say, oh, Millie is one of the top main characters. Dolores, that's her name. Oh my God, I actually had to look it up. I was gonna implode. Millie is one of the top characters, main cast of characters, so you shouldn't really be skipping her. But I guess from her tweets, we kind of see, yeah, the main characters of this show are Stolas, Blitz, and Moxie. And for Has-Been Hotel, it's kind of like Charlie, Vaggie, whatever third mystery female is there. I am still reeling at the fact that I fucking called that. Oh my God, I'm predicting things that I don't even intend to. So let's just wrap up this video. It's already getting really long. There is like literally as I sat down to record this, I went to Viv's page and I saw another thread. This one is just 3 tweets long, so don't worry, and it kind of bleeds into this, and I guess this is talking about other creators as well. Good writers don't paint other writers / scripts with a broad brush because of their own personal taste and story. Good writers know the difference between what's screenplay and narrative when discussing writing. My non-existent dyslexia just kicked in. And narrative when discussing writing. Professional writers don't usually publicly shit on others. Yes, queen. I would like to clarify, while this is a very general post, if it does apply to anyone. No, wait, I think I skipped one. Why is my Twitter doing this? I also think it's telling that this very basic statement specifically about writers' conduct has people thinking it's about general criticism. It's not, lol, don't worry. I would like to clarify, while this is a very general post, if it does apply to anyone, please don't harass or bother them with it. If it applies, they'd already know. Really, at the end of the day, I'm just some writer who has shit to say sometimes. You know what? I like the fact that she's saying, okay, don't harass or bother anyone, when these writers, quote unquote, are not above or against people harassing Vivian. Like, the way they structured what they said is kind of like, go and tell Vivian personally that she is shit, the show is shit, and it should stop airing. And it all just comes from jealousy. I know, oh my god, we're not jealous, we're just giving criticism. Yeah, but it kind of sounds like you're jealous. There's a difference between saying, oh, I don't agree with this thing, and oh, I don't agree with this thing, eat shit, I hope this show dies, and whatever. Like, it's all just so kind of childish. I don't like the way that some YouTubers make videos about Viv. Like, you cannot like her work, but you can separate the art from the artist. Haha. Like, literally, it's kind of like me with Miraculous. Post season 5, I despise this show. It actually brought me grief, but I never tried to aim that hatred at the creator, except for when he makes public statements that I tear to shreds. But I like to keep my feelings about the show on the show. But people like to attack Viv personally. Like, it is actually scary how viciously some people like to attack her, and you can't help but feel like it's from a place of, oh, you're also a writer, or oh, you're also trying to break out into the animation world and you're not successful, and your mind just kind of attributes your failure to this person. Like, oh, it's because she writes things like this that my writing, which is honorable and noble and doesn't have any curse words, is failing. And it's like, no babe, just get good. Literally everything just boils down to get good. She even says it in a follow tweet. I can't, let me see, is it this one? I can't find it right now, but she responded to somebody basically saying that a lot of these quote unquote writers would bash any show that her name is on, but if her name doesn't come up as a writer or a scripter or something like that, they like to laud it as their favorite episode, whereas they don't know that she has written all the scripts. So the episodes you like, the episodes you hate, the ones you hate, the ones you like because she's not a part of it, she actually is. So it is kind of stupid at the end of the day for them to go, oh, Vivian wasn't a part of this and it was so much better, when in actuality she was. And it kind of just shows to the audience and anybody with a brain cell watching that, yeah, your hatred is for her specifically, and you assume just because she's not a part of something it's better, when she is a part of everything. She is the goddamn fucking creator, you absolute tool, you teaspoon. God, I shouldn't be getting this worked up. This video is long enough already. I am sorry for it. Well, I'm not. Hopefully you watched till the end, watch time and everything, but there was a lot of tweets to get through. I hope I kept it as concise as possible. And yeah, that's just Viv just coming after people, just laying the groundwork, clearing the air. And again, if you were a fan or somebody or just a casual person, you could infer this information. She didn't have to spoon feed this to you, but there are some people that need clarification, she says, as she contemplates making a video about Stella and Stolas, because I have so many people in my last video telling me that, hey, Stella and Stolas are divorced, you should stop saying they're married. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, I cannot with this fandom at all. There are children hiding amongst us, there are imposters amongst us. It is actually wild. But Video is getting long enough. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna end the video here. If you're looking for something else to watch, you can watch the aforementioned previous video where I talked about Blitz and how he in fact did not cheat on Stolas. I don't have any more emotions. Go watch that if you want a more hyper riled up TVC. But that's where this video is gonna end. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, for joining. Anyway guys, that's gonna be all from me folks. Thanks for watching so much, for clicking to watch. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And but with that being said, this is an exhausted TVC. Signing out.